Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today is going to be a review, not a first impressions, of the brand new Smashbox 24-hour full coverage foundation. This comes in 40 shades and it's $36. It comes in packaging like this, a squeeze tube, but you know what? I prefer these because I use the toothpaste squeezer things that gets every single bit of product out. So it just is the standard, squeeze tube, which is really travel friendly. I like the design. It almost looks like the version of the CoverGirl foundation that I have upstairs, just FYI. But yeah, $36, 40 shades. I have shade 2.3, which is light, medium, undertone, warm. So they have undertones, light, medium, medium, deep, light, medium, all that type of shade range. So yes, I will be putting this on my skin and letting you know my thoughts. I've been testing this out for weeks and letting you know as I'm applying it what my thoughts were the first time I used it, what primer was used to use the best to make it look the best all day, all that jazz. So if you're excited for this, please subscribe. I would love to have you on board. And with that, let's just get it straight into the video. All right, so I've just dabbed this on the back of my hand. Obviously, it looks a little bit dark because I was self-tanned at the time I picked it out, but this is going to be way too much. So I'm going to take a little bit on my finger, probably this much, and we're going to blend it out. And this blends so far. Just that small amount is doing this entire side of my face. So when I first got this, I, of course, put way too much on. And there's a distinct smell in here because it's made with clay mask type properties that it smelled bad to me. I was deterred from it and I absolutely hated this foundation. But when applied in small amounts like this and really buffed in, nice and buffed in, it looks amazing. It's got the fullest coverage that I've ever had in a foundation before. My beauty blender's dry. It just has the most satin matte finish. It says it's a matte finish, oil-free, and just weightless feel. I totally agree with that. It's super weightless. I put as little product as I can on my face. I just go to mostly trouble areas where I have some pigmentation and whatnot, some scarring. But yeah, just a little bit of product. I went in thinking, 2 pumps, standard. No, you want to go in with, look how much product I have left. You want to go in with a tiny, tiny amount to get the maximum benefits from this. And I'm obsessed with this foundation. It looks so good on my skin. I have no issues with it settling into fine lines or pores. It doesn't break up through the day. It doesn't cake up through the day. The primer I had been using is the MAC Prep and Prime, believe it or not. This stuff is amazing combined with this foundation. I don't need it today. I actually have worn it on days where I have had no primer, and there's a slight difference, but not much. This wore 14 hours for me. Steady, without breaking up. It's smooth, it's weightless. I just adore this foundation. And yeah, my shade is not right now, but I will self-tan and it will be great. So yeah, they have so many options for undertones and things like that, but I just love it. It looks seamless. It doesn't settle into my fine lines or pores. It has great coverage. It doesn't break me out either. That's a good thing. It's non-comedogenic. Look at the coverage though. Get your ears. Make sure to get the ears so they match. But yeah, I'm just obsessed with this. You guys must get a sample or try it before you buy it. I think it's sold out right now, but that's for a reason. This is so, so good. It's so high coverage, way higher coverage than the Jouer. So I think this is the fullest coverage foundation that I've ever tried. So yes, this is a very thick formula. You do not go overboard with this. Use as little as you can and do sections of the face at one time. That way you will maximize the benefits of this foundation. This foundation will erase like all of your mistakes. It is the fullest coverage. I mean, and it is beautiful on the skin. Lasts all day, never separated on my skin. It never went into my fine lines, sunk into pores, anything like that. Even when I didn't use a primer, it looked just like this. All day, it never broke up. Like I'm saying, I'm just like mind blown. I have had so many requests to review this foundation, and I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. But yeah, so let me go apply the rest of my makeup. I'll show you what powder looks like over top, and then we will let you know my final thoughts. All right, so I freshly applied my makeup. This is what it looks like all powdered down and set. It looks beautiful. I did just the most basic look ever. Everything goes smoothly over it. It looks impeccable. Don't go overboard with this. You will hate it. It is the fullest coverage foundation without looking cakey when you do it the right way. I made the mistake of going in with too much and I hated it. Wouldn't give it a second chance. And then I said, I might as well just try all different, ways to make this work. So I love the coverage. I think it's totally worth it. You guys need this in your life. This is going to last you forever with the amount that you need to use, so little. It's not greasy. It's good for oily combo and dry skin. It's not oily. It's not greasy. $36 for the 24-hour coverage. I managed to get, 14 or 16 hours out of it, and it looked exactly like this, freshly applied, at the end of the day. I didn't even get oily, nothing. It just prevented oils from coming through. I looked so put together, and I don't know. I just love this foundation. I can highly recommend it to you after testing it out over several days. The best primer I used with it was the MAC Prep and Prime, and I used the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray. For powder, I actually used my Believe Beauty powder from Dollar General. It's like the best powder ever, guys. It's so finely milled. It blurs the pores. I absolutely love that powder. I use it every single day. I vlog it. And the eyebrow gel I'm wearing is also from Believe Beauty. It is so comparable, a complete dupe, but it's colored to the Anastasia clear brow gel, and this stuff is $3.50. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I absolutely love and recommend this foundation 100%, 110%. It's beautiful. It doesn't settle into the fine lines. It doesn't cake. It doesn't separate. It doesn't, go into the pores. It feels like silk on the skin. It doesn't look heavy. It looks like it's my skin but better, even though it is so full coverage. So if you get a chance, get a sample or buy the whole thing. If you don't end up liking it, make sure to try it for about a week with different primers, different conditions of weather. I did that as well. Hot, cold, sweating, doing nothing throughout the day. And when I was sweating and things like that, it only looked a little bit better, is all I can say. It just looked a little bit more fresh when I had some oils coming through. Right now, it's, you can tell I'm wearing a little bit of makeup, but it just, I can't believe that I was sitting on this for so long. It is so, so good. You get 1 fluid ounce for $36, comes in 40 shades with different undertones, and I think this is one hell of a foundation, if not the fullest coverage foundation I've ever used that looks this good all day long. 100%. I hope you go out and test it per my recommendation. Let me know, will you be buying this? Will you be testing it out? What do you think? Have you seen any other reviews on this? Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I love you all. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.